What's going on, you guys? UFC 317 takes place this weekend. We have a pretty good card. Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira in the main event. Just an amazing fight. Super excited for it. Overall, the cards, for at least international fight week standards, it's kind of weak. But I have a few fights that I really like. Main event particular. And then Joshua Van is also here. And I'm really excited for that fight. Also in the co-main event, Alexander Pantoja defends his title against Kaikar of France. And let's get into the picks. I'm starting with the early prelim opener of who we have. Jhonata Diniz versus Alvin Hines. Alvin Hines stepping in on short notice. I believe it's supposed to be Junior Tafa, Justin Tafa, one of the Tafa brothers. And I'm going to go with Jhonata Diniz. I just don't know anything about Alvin Hines. He's probably pretty shit for a heavyweight. I mean, all heavyweights he should except like two. With that being said, Jonathan he's on the feet. He showed some weakness in the takedown, so if Alvin Hayes is just a fucking D1 wrestler, then he's going to come out and do his thing. And I'm going to look stupid for picking a minus 330 favorite. But anyway, Jonathan Diniz, good on the feet. Probably going to piece him up for 3 rounds most likely. Might get a finish in there. Actually, no, Jonathan Diniz has some power. He probably will get a finish first, second round. Alvin Hines, 7-0. I mean, pretty good. But he is 33, so that's pretty rough coming in for heavyweight. I mean, I guess heavyweights have a little bit more of a longer lasting, time. Not going to break this down too much. We have a lot more to get into, especially that main card looking sick. Jonathan Diniz, second round KO, something like that. If not, it's going to be just a boring, sloppy, disgusting fight for heavyweight. All right, next up we have Cedric Dumas versus Jackson McVey. Jackson McVey making a short notice debut here. 26, 6-0. Cedric Dumas is shit. I'm picking Jackson McVey. Haven't seen his fights. As long as he's not terrible, I imagine he's going to get the dub here. Cedric Dumas, bro, has 13 fights? Maybe it's 14 fights. He has like 20 arrests. Somehow has way more arrests than he has fights in the UFC, professional fights, which is pretty crazy. Sorry about that. And yeah, Jackson McVey, I don't know. I have nothing about him. Another debuting guy. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's fun. Comes out and gets the finish. I'm picking Jackson McVey. I think I was looking at his record. He had a few finishes before coming up here. Let's see, actually. Let's look together. Let's have some fun. Finish, submissive, submission. Okay, so it's a little bit of everything. Really quick finisher. Comes out fast. LFA. All right, let's go. Let's get a finish here, Jackson McVey. Make some money. Get 50K. Probably won't, but let's go for it. Second round? No, fuck it. He's going to come out fast. Sleep Dumas. And get this dude fucking cut so he can go be a criminal somewhere else. Shout out John Jones. Anyway, Jacobe Smith taking on Niko Price. Jesus, minus 3,000 for Jacobe Smith. Insane odds. I mean, I'm going to pick Jacobe Smith just to send this dude to the Shadow Realm. Niko Price, 35. Just tough scenes. Jacobe Smith, I think he's been finishing, not all of his opponents, but he's been finishing a lot of his opponents. And they're just kind of hyping him up. This is what the UFC does. It gives the old dudes a rough matchup on the way out. And Jacobe Smith hopefully will capitalize, get a finish. Yeah, don't have too much on this fight either. Jacobe Smith, first round KO probably. Niko Price, kind of shit. Pretty washed at this point, 35, getting finished. Think you might know what his last fight? I don't even remember what his last fight was. Jacobe Smith, first round finish. Let's get into the actual prelims. Terrance McKinney take on Viacheslav, Borschev, Slavakaz, also known as. And I think I'm off the hype train. I was on the Slavakaz train for a while. And I think this is going to be the last one. I can't ride with him anymore. 8-5-1. Just a rough record. Terrance McKinney, I mean, a favorable matchup for Slavakaz here. But I think Terrance McKinney's going to come out quick, get a finish. That's finish or be finished. That's Terrance McKinney's motto here. He's 30 now, damn. Getting older, McKinney. Yeesh. Yeah, I think Terrance McKinney's going to come out. I mean, if he wants to play it smart, he's going to come out and shoot takedowns on Slavakaz and just get him down. That's like the easiest way to do it. Takedowns, just ride it out that way. The only thing is, like, the one time I don't pick Slavakaz, because I was a big fan. I thought he was going to be really good. Crazy, doesn't come out crazy kickboxer and do his thing. Hasn't panned out, unfortunately. Terrance McKinney, I think he'll get a first round, second round KO. and send Slava Claus on his way. Get him probably cut from the UFC. It is a good matchup for Slava because, McKinney likes to strike. He's not really shooting takedowns like that, like crazy like that. So, I mean, I could see him maybe piecing up McKinney and catching him early because McKinney's just hit or miss with his chin sometimes. He is a little chinny. You can see him catching him there, but I'm tired of picking him and making me look bad every time. Making me look bad on the news and shit, Yeah, Terrance McKinney. First, second round KO. Let's keep it pushing. Next up, we have Tracy Cortez taking on Viviane Araujo. No way she loses again, right? I know she's pretty shit, Tracy Cortez is, but, like, Araujo's 38, dog. Like, you gotta win these ones. I imagine she'll be able to get at least 2 takedowns, and hopefully that means she can hold her down for the rest of the fight. I can see something like that happening. I'm going to guess like a 29-28 decision. I'm going to go Tracy Cortez, 29-28 decision. She doesn't get 2 takedowns, be able to hold her down for the rest of the fight, or the rest of the round. And maybe like one of the rounds she doesn't get a takedown, so she's out on the feet. Not looking great, looking terrible. But hopefully Araujo looks just worse. That's what I'm hoping here. Yeah, Tracy Cortez, 31, should be in her prime. Hopefully is taking it seriously, training seriously after that Rose nominee. After she lost to Doug Rose, can't pronounce her last name right now. Hopefully she's taking it seriously and actually training, not worrying about IG and shit like that. But yeah, Tracy Cortez decision, probably gonna slow down a little bit this fight, but that's kind of to be expected with these ones. All right, next up, we have Hyder Amil taking on Jose Miguel Delgado. I'm going to go Jose Miguel Delgado here. I think he's going to probably knock out Hyder Amil. Hyder Amil, he's good. He's a decent fighter, 11-0, but he's 35. Like, he joined like 2 years ago. Bro's 33 joining at featherweight, which is super rough. Like, you're not making a run, dude. Like, what were you doing those fucking 10 years prior? And then I was thinking about the Gomes fight, Hyder Amil's last fight, William Gomes. He was getting caught a lot. Gomes isn't like super crazy powerful, knocking out people cold like that. Delgado has a lot of finishes. I think he's on a 4-fight finish streak of KOs. He has some decent pop in his hands. I think he's going to catch Hyder Amil. Hyder Amil is the second coming of Drew Dober with his fucking crimson chin. So I can see him, he's been taking the shots. But I think he's going to get dropped here. He does pressure a lot, which could probably throw off Delgado a little bit. But I think Delgado's going to be able to land and kind of shift. Like, he's going to land like once or twice, and Hamil's going to be like, all right, that's nothing, eat those. And then he's going to start landing some more, and Hamil's going to be like, all right, this shit hurts. I don't like it. And he's probably going to stop pressuring as much. I can see something like that. I just think he's going to get dropped, probably get finished, Hamil. Oh, shit. He's 35, which is a little rough for featherweight. 27. Yeah, I'm picking Delgado. I think he's going to finish him. Probably second round. Maybe a late finish, actually. A third round finish. I can see something like that. Like in just softening the chin of Amil. And then he finally catches him. And puts him away. But I don't know, because if it goes to the third round, Amil's going to be pressuring him like crazy. Maybe he starts gassing and he breaks him. That is an option too. I can see Hyder Amil just doing what he does, gets hit, puts the gas on you, and just gasses you out. Like Marab style, just putting you against your back against the fence and just riding you out for 3 rounds. I could see something like that too. But I think Delgado's actually. I'm switching it to a first round KO. I talked myself out of it. Jose Delgado, first round KO. Is gonna catch Amil, drop him, finish him, and keep it pushing. Keep his finish streak going. He won his Contender Series fight by KO, his UFC debut by KO. The 2 fights before the UFC were by KO. I think he's going to keep it going. Next up, we have the prelim headliner, Jack Hermansson, making his return against Gregory Rodriguez. Bro's coming back just to kill another prospect, which is pretty rough. Rodriguez, 33, a little bit older of a prospect. Somehow looks 50, but is 33. Jack Hermansson hasn't fought since he fucking fraud checked Joe Pyfer. coming off of 2 years. No, not 2 years. A year, I think. I think he only fought once in the last 2 years, I'm thinking. Gregory Rodriguez showed a lot of toughness in that Jared Cannonier fight. Went to decision, if I'm not mistaken, right? But pretty much got like 50-45. No, 4th round, yeah. Okay, I remember now. I don't know why I thought it went to decision. Showed a lot of toughness, though, because he was getting his ass beat for a minute there. In the 3rd round, I think the first 2 rounds, it was looking rough for Cannonier. He, like, hurt Cannonier, and then he was getting pieced up towards the end. Towards the 3rd and 4th round. I think he's going to be able to probably catch Hermansson. He's 37. Super rough. I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to get the dub. He's probably going to catch him, put him away, get him back up, and, you know, hopefully get someone in the top 15 after this. I don't even know if Jack Hermansson's ranked anymore. He's, like, always top 10 somehow, like always top 15 somehow. He probably dropped out of the ranking just because of inactivity, I imagine. But who fucking knows? Jack Hermansson fucking number ranked 11 in the world somehow, like always. Anyway, Gregory Rodriguez, I think he's going to have the power. But then it's like, fuck, he was able to take shots off Joe Pyfer like there were nothing pretty much. I imagine Rodriguez doesn't have probably, like, just like, he's going to have the power advantage for sure. I think he's going to be able to finish Jack Hermansson. If not early, I think he's going to write it out for a decision, but I think he's going to finish early. Gregory Rodriguez, either a 1st round KO or a decision, probably either a split decision, like one of the, like, it's going to be like he is beating his ass for the 1st round. 2nd round, he starts gassing a little bit, and then Jack Hermansson takes over in the 3rd, and it's like that 2nd round is kind of up for questioning. I can see something like that happening if you can't get him out of there quick. But either way, Gregory Rodriguez, split decision, 29-28, or 1st round KO. I think those are 2 options here. I could, like I said, Jack Hermansson could get the decision the other way. He doesn't get finished in the 1st, survives the onslaught from RoboCop. 2nd round, is able to start putting the gas on him a little bit. And 3rd round, he kind of takes over with his cardio. Rodriguez did kind of gas a little bit. I mean, he was getting his ass beat by Cannonier, but still. I can see something like that happening too. Next up, we have the pay-per-view opener, Payton Talbott taking on Felipe Lima. Payton Talbott, super rough look coming off the Ione Barcelos loss. Lima, I think he's only fought in featherweight, but he's actually a bantamweight in the UFC. If I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong. I think he's only fought at featherweight for whatever reason, like he's coming off of like short notice fights. He was fighting on featherweight, at featherweight or something like that. Could be completely wrong, could be thinking of someone else. But this is a rough one. This is like 2 prospects enter, 1 prospect leaves type of thing. Like UFC kind of giving him like a rough matchup. Maybe they just want to see what his makeup made of for Payton Talbott. Lima's been on a roll, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, Miles Johns, Muhammad Naimov. Yeah, okay. That finished with Naimov, and then he decision against Miles Johns. The decision against Miles Johns, kind of a rough look, not going to lie. I think it was short notice, but still. Like, I feel like Payton Talbott would have finished Miles Johns. I think I'm leaning towards Talbott here. I feel like I listen to interviews in Talbott, you know, think of what you want about him and Frank Ocean doing his thing. But he's a smart person. I feel like he's like, okay, this takedown shit, like, I got to get this down. And I feel like he's probably been working on it a lot. I would imagine. I'm going to go Payton Talbott here. I'm going to pick the underdog. A lot of people are on Felipe Lima here. I think Payton Talbott can do it. I think he can get I don't know if he'll get a finish here. I think he can get, like, eke out a decision. I think he's going to look way better on the feet than Felipe Lima. He's really slick on the feet, Payton Talbott is. It's just, I don't know how much Felipe Lima is going to be turning into Rob, shooting takedowns, trying to get him on the ground, run, like, you know. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing like that. If he's smart, he would be, because obviously Payton Talbott showed a weakness to takedowns against Hines Barcelos. But Payton Talbott, I think he's going to be making the adjustments. I think he's going to be smart. Dude's doing everything else in the world, it seems like, but training maybe that was before the loss. But Payton Talbott, decision. I mean, I might even see him catching Felipe Lima. Like, I think if Felipe Lima doesn't get the first takedown or two, if Payton Talbott does, it like is working on his takedowns like that. If he doesn't get the first takedown or two, he's like, all right. I guess we're strapping then, and he's gonna be on the feet. And I think he's gonna get pieced up by Payton Talbott. Payton Talbott, like people forget, man. Payton Talbott is slick on the feet. He's nice on the feet. And I think he's gonna light up Felipe Lima. I think, okay, this is my prediction. In the prediction video, of course. Felipe Lima is going to shoot a takedown or two in the first round. Might get one. Talbot gets back up, shoots again, doesn't get it. Maybe shoots another one, like in the start of the second, but doesn't get it. And it's, all right, fuck it, we're scrapping then. Stands on the feet with Talbot and gets pieced up. I can see something like that happening. I can think Talbot can either get a late finish, third round finish, or it's going to go to the cards and be like 29-28 Talbot. He looks good, bounces back. Talbot. I haven't jumped off the bandwagon yet. But, you know, he's getting close. That Barcelos loss, you know, was an eye-opener. Hopefully it was for him too, and he's like, all right, I know what to do. I know how to do it. Has a good height advantage over Lima here, which might be bad because Lima, you know, shorter man, can get the takedowns, get in on entries a little bit better. But I'm going to pick Talbot. Late third round, maybe not late third round, but a third round finish, I can see. Or decision, 29-28, probably gives up the first round. Something like that. Payton Talbot, my underdog pick here. Yeah, Payton Talbot, decision. Late finish. All right, next up, Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Moicano wants money. I don't think he's going to get it this time. Dariush, Moicano. I don't know what it was. I also have TikTok if you want to follow me on TikTok. And I posted my picks. And I don't know what it was. I just picked Dariush. They're both old. They're both 36. Dariush hasn't fought in 2 years, which is super rough after getting chinned by Arman. Or like a year and a half, I think it was. I feel like he might chin Moicano here. And I hate to say it. I really like Moicano. Always super fun on the post-fight, you know, interviews. Screaming and going crazy. But I think he's going to get, you know, I think he might just get chinned. I don't know what it is. I can just see him getting caught up. I don't think he's going to be like crazy good, like on the, I don't think he's going to be like shooting takedowns like crazy and getting Dariush down. Dariush has really good grappling. I can see him like stuffing a takedown or two and then just kind of getting pieced up on the feet. I said on my TikTok that I said Moicano wants money and then Dariush first round KO. I don't think it's I might switch a little bit to like a second round KO, but I think it's going to be something like that, first, second round KO for Dariush. He's good. I mean, it's rough because his last fight is him getting slept by Arman. He's always been good. They're both 36. That's rough. Last Moicano fight, he got, I mean, super short notice against Islam. You can't really hold that against him. Yeah, I'm going Dariush here. Yeah, first, second round KO. I wouldn't be surprised if Moicano wins and just goes crazy on the mic. Can't wait for that. That'd be fun if he does. But they're both older. Like, if they want any chance of getting a title shot, well, if Dariush wants any chance of getting a title shot, it's now or never pretty much because, you know, you're 36, dog. Like, it's not going to get any easier. Dariush, first, second round KO. Moicano wants money. That's what I'm going there. Anyway, next fight. This is probably outside of the main event, of course. Probably my most favorite fight of the card. I wish it wasn't on short notice, but that's also what makes it so much more hype for me. Brandon Royval taking on Joshua Van. Short notice fight for Van. Kind of crazy. He's a favorite here, Van. I think I said last time he was Hawaiian. I don't know why. I think you know why I said he was Hawaiian, but he's from Myanmar. I think I said that correctly. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Van. I can see this fight going tons of different ways. I can see Brandon Royval just styling on him. The experience. He's 32. He's in his prime. You can be like, all right, there's levels to this kid, styling on him for 3 rounds and doing his thing. But then I watched Joshua Van I watched his fights and I'm like, this dude's crazy. Like, this dude is fucking next level. I'm super blanking on the last fight. Oh, Bruno Silva. He fucking just pieced up Bruno Silva for 3 rounds. Like, look at his last fights. Like, he got chinned by Charles Johnson, which kind of like seemed like a fluke now, especially after his last 3 fights, like UD, and a finish. But he looks so like insane in his fights. Crazy takedown defense. Just super technical on the feet, super clean on the feet. But then Brandon Royval just comes out and raw dogs. You know, his nickname's Raw Dog for a reason. It's so weird because Joshua Man's so young, 23. This is going to be, his 5th fight in a year after getting chinned? Like, after losing to Charles Johnson, which is fucking even crazier, too. The thing I worry about for Joshua Van, other than, like, the probably massive CTE he's going to have, he's not going to be able to hold a fork after he's, like, 35. Other than that, I can see, like, was it Alex Hernandez when he beat Beneil Dariush, speaking of? I don't know, did he chin Beneil Dariush when he came in on short notice and he was pretty young? And then it was like, oh, this dude's going to be it. He's going to come up. And now he's fighting the top of the guy, the top guys. And he's just getting his ass beat because he's not there yet because he needs more time. I worry about that with Joshua Van. Like, he's going to be in the top 5 of the division. But then he starts losing and, something like that. He can't go down in weight like Alex Hernandez did. He's already small as fuck for a flyweight as it is. But that's what I worry about with Joshua Van. Like, maybe too much too soon, in a sense. But at the same time, it's like, fuck it, you got to take the shots when you can. 23. If he comes out and beats Brandon Royval, I mean, next, like, title shot, if he does it, like, crazy, too, it's probably, he's fighting for the title after this if he wins. Brandon Royval just has so much more experience. That's a thing. Almost pick 'em odds. I think I already said it, but I'm going with Joshua Van. I think he's going to be able to get the dub. But I'm not going to be surprised one bit if Brandon Royval just is somehow, gets his back somehow. I can see it like, fucking shit, I just kicked the shit out of my desk. If I can see him getting his back at some point and just riding out the round, maybe get a sub or something like that. Brandon Royale's, you see how Brandon Royale fights. He's super unorthodox, super weird. That's part of the fun with Royval, Fuck. I'm going to go Joshua Van. I think he's going to... It's like a coin flip fight for me. I'm going to go Joshua Van. I just don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know if he's... Like, I can see him catching Royval. But the thing with Van, too, is like he doesn't have just like this crazy knockout power. He's like an avalanche fighter. He's like snowballing, like Max Holloway in a sense. Slowly piecing you up a little bit more and more. Then you're getting tired and now your chin's open, your jaw's open and now you're getting caught more and then it's hurting you more, And like someone like Brandon Royval, I can see like the body work catching up to him like later in the rounds. Like he's pretty kind of tall, lanky guy for flyweight. I can see the body work from Van like doing something later in the rounds. And he's more susceptible to getting hit in the head because he's worried about his body getting hit. I'm gonna go decision, Joshua Van. I think he can win 2 rounds. Probably the second and third. I can see the first round being a little tricky while he's getting his reads. But then I can see him like doing some good body work in those first 2 rounds, or that first round, second round. And then the second round, it starts affecting Royval. You can see him like his hands are getting a little bit lower. He's worried about his body a little bit more. And the third round, he might be able to catch him there. If he finishes him, it's going to be late like the Bruno Silva fight. I don't see him just catching him, one punch and he's out like that. I don't see that happening. I can see similar to Bruno Silva, he's piecing him up, and then Bruno Silva just can't take anymore and is out. Or he's going to go decision. Probably loses the first round, wins second and third. Joshua Van decision is my pick. Which is going to be insane. Like him versus Pantoja, or even KKF. I don't know if they'll give Pantoja a chance if he loses it. Joshua Van is the pick, I think. Royval just might be too much for him. I have too much experience. It might be a great lesson for Joshua Van. He can come back stronger, in a year or something. But for now, and then it's like he's coming on short notice. Bro fought like 3 weeks ago. He's in a how hurt is he off that? Even if you come out win and you come out unscathed, like your hands are fucked up, your legs are messed up just for beating someone's ass for 3 rounds. Like you're gonna be hurt a little bit, regardless of how uninjured you came out of camp. You're still gonna be sore and everything like that. So yeah, Joshua Van, not ideal situation. If it was a full camp, I'd probably definitely pick Van. I'd be more confident in my pick in Van. But Joshua Van, yeah. Late finish. Probably late finish or decision 29-28, something like that. Alright, I spent a lot of time on that one. Like I said, that was probably my favorite, outside of the mid-event, of course, favorite fight on the card. Joshua Van, sick. Next up, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. This is a sick one. Pantoja's 35, dog. Like, I don't know how much more he can take of these. Like, the last fight wasn't really a war as like before, like his other ones. It's only going to be a matter of time before he gets chinned. I don't want to sound like I said shinned. It's only a matter of time before he gets caught and put away. Like, the damage is going to catch up to him at some point. Is this going to be the one? That's a hard one to say. KKF does have a lot of, power and everything. So I can see him just catching him, putting him out in the second round or something like that. But I can see Pantoja. I think he already beat Kai Kara France as well, so this is technically a rematch. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. He's fucking beat everyone else in the flyweight division like 4 times. So this might be a rematch. If I'm not mistaken, it might not be as well. I think he can do one. I think he got like one more in him to be able to get a decision here. Maybe a submission sometime, in one of the rounds. I think he's going to be smart. Pantoja is pretty smart as it is. He's probably going to come out, shoot takedowns. Probably not going to want to be on the feet too much with Kai Kara France because he knows Kai Kara France does have power. Look how he slept Steve Erceg in his last fight. I think it was his last fight. I'm going to go Pantoja. Submission, maybe 4th round. If not, it's probably going to be a kind of a boring decision. Yeah, Pantoja. I just don't know how much his chin can take. I was thinking Beneil Kopp, if he didn't fucking just keep fucking everything up, was going to be the one to probably chin him. But Beneil Kopp is just shitting away every opportunity he has. Probably won't fight. I mean, who fucking knows at this point? He probably won't fight for a title, unfortunately. But Kai Kara France, he just might catch him. He might be the one just like to land that shot and put him out. But I'm going to keep going with the champion here. Pantoja, maybe a late submission. If not, decision. Probably like a 49-46. Might drop around here or there. But yeah, Pantoja holds that belt. One step closer to GOAT status. How much more does he need to be flyweight GOAT? Good question. His defenses are probably... It's like the number isn't there, but the competition is definitely better. So it's kind of one of those things. Anyway, Pantoja, if he gets a finish, looks good. Maybe he fights Joshua Van next. That would be a sick fight. Pantoja decision. Maybe a submission out, later in there. All right, main event. Losing my voice a little bit, but the fight goes on. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Huge favorite for Ilia Topuria, minus 500. Charles Oliveira, plus 350. This is a sick fight. Would have been cool if it was Islam, but still happy about this fight regardless. I'm sorry, Charles, but I think you're going to get slept here. Ilia Topuria is just on a heater right now. He's on a roll. 16-0. I think he's going to catch him. First round, maybe second round. Charles just gets hit too much. You see it in Justin fight, and fucking Islam dropped him. Like, you see him get dropped, pull guard, give like his almost like it's like a standing 10 count, whatever it's called in boxing. And he gets back up. He's like, all right, cool. Shake the cobwebs off, and gets back to it. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think Ilia, he might not have as much power as like, just because the weight and everything was like Justin Gaethje. He might have more power than Justin Gaethje. Who really knows? But it's just like the timing and everything with it. Like Justin Gaethje just lumbering everything into it. And of course, he's gonna, when he lands, he's gonna land. With Ilia, he's just so precise and so technical, and he just lands with perfect timing. I'm gonna fucking cry when Charles gets deaded in the first. But that's my pick, Ilia Topuria, first round KO. Maybe second round, Charles. He likes the pressure, which is probably gonna maybe throw Ilia. So I'm thinking maybe a second round. Like Ilia might need a little bit longer to get his reads, but he usually gets like a later round finish, second, third round finish anyway. I don't want to see Charles lose. I really like both fighters. Charles just been on a fucking insane career. Got the belt, lost it on the scale, and then he fought Islam after that. He didn't get it back, right? I'm mistaken. Oh, I'm tripping. Anyway, I'm gonna be sad. The Charles Oliveira edits always go crazy on wherever you're on, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. They always go super crazy. But Ilia is just another fucking beast. He's gonna, I don't know who's gonna fight after this, but it's gonna go crazy. As long as he wins, I think I saw something like he gained like 1 million Instagram followers in the last month before the fight. That's just insane. And the next, after, if he wins, and he wins in spectacular fashion like he usually does, he's gonna go crazy. It's just, I'm trying to give hope to Charles, but I hear the way Ilia talks in his interviews. Bro's so confident. You're 16-0. You just murdered two living legends in featherweight. Now you come up for a new challenge. You have another legend in front of you. He just talks so confidently that I just have to believe the dude. Charles Oliveira is gonna be smart. And apparently Ilia's super slick on the ground too. Probably not obviously as good as Charles Oliveira. So even if Oliveira does get him to the ground, I can see Ilia kind of holding his own for some point and be able to ride out the rest of the round and not get tapped or anything. If it doesn't go like how I say it does. Oliveira's gonna be usually pretty aggressive, quick, teeps up the middle, kicks, the front kicks and everything. He's light on the feet with the shooto box. The stance that Muay Thai almost stance when they have that front leg almost, already up, ready for kicks. I just think Ilia's gonna catch him in the first, second round, and put him away. That's my pick, Ilia Topuria, first, second round KO. Fuck, it sucks so bad. I really like Charles. Damn, it sucks. Anyway, I don't know what Charles is going to do after this if he gets chinned. If he wins, that's going to be just incredible. It's going to be, the fucking edits are going to go insane. I'm already seeing so many edits and everything about Charles. And he's just such a big fan favorite if he wins it. And if he wins this, I don't know who's going to fight next, but it's going to be insane, the next one. Ilia Topuria, though, him and Patty, Patty probably needs one more, but if they just say fuck it and give him Patty next, bro, you got to go to Spain. There's no excuse. You have to, when you have someone like this, you have to go. I know the UFC doesn't care anymore, so it's kind of shitty in that aspect. But Ilia Topuria, he's gonna do the damn thing and walk out with the belt. Post-fight speech is probably gonna be really cool too. 3 inches though. I'm trying to give Charles a little bit here. He's gonna have a 5-inch reach advantage. Probably gonna have a good leg reach advantage too. Be able to do some kicks out there. If he's smart, he'll probably be chewing up Topuria's legs early, trying get some of that power out of there. As long as he's not throwing him naked, it'll be good. If he's not just throwing kicks just to throw kicks, he's gonna get fucking caught like that. set a jab up and then the kick or something, you know, something just to throw it off a little bit. But Ilia's really clean. He's really, you know, he takes some leg kicks usually, but I just feel like when he lands, he's just gonna fucking, when he lands, he's gonna land. And Charles isn't gonna like it. I can see even maybe a submission by Ilia, like he drops, like almost similar to Islam. He drops him. Charles shows up, gives up his back or something. I don't know. I can see something like that too. I just think inside the distance for Ilia is that's most likely. Yeah, those are my picks. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I always say this on the end of each video, but I'm gonna be streaming this weekend, so stick around for that. And yeah, appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Bye.